Episode 135, and we keep on making music uncut, unedited, so you can really get a grasp of what is the music creation process, at least for me. I think there's a bug in the lens now. I hope it's gonna go. Anyway, guys, so yes, the live electronic music tutorials are about making music in real time. It's very important for me to show the whole process. However, in this episode, we're gonna step it up a little bit. We're gonna go in the next phase. So usually we create music in real time, and this is it. I compose, I do things, and now for the special episode, I will arrange, mix, and engineer the track. So I use the episode 109 deep progressive track. I'm really fond of this track. There's a really nice riff. There is everything that I believe in there to make a releasable track. It's full of really good energy and good vibes. So instead of composing today, we're gonna arrange and mix. What I mean by arrange and mixing is simple. It's like there's different phases of music production, and of course composition is the main one. Let's not deny this. Some people compose on piano, electronic musician compose on their computer, and then there's a whole lot more work to be done for the track to be ready to be released commercially. So mixing is definitely a very important part of it, that is putting the sound together, but arranging is also very, very important. It has really great significance. As an example, if you listen to pop music on the radio, I have some short, punchy radio mix, and then there's going to be a 12-inch version, and then there might be a version with another singer and stuff, and there's actually some people that are specialized into arranging tracks. So arranging tracks is actually an art, to be able to really take the parts and put it together in different ways. Anyway, guys, for this episode I will make like a DJ mix, because we do electronic music, we address mainly DJs, we want DJs to play our music, so this is going to be a DJ mix. And of course I want to remind everyone that every episode that we do for the live electronic music tutorial is available as a template. So I will do some arrangement with you guys, maybe not the final because that will really literally take a couple hours, but I will do the you know what I can tell you, some mixing and some arranging and engineering, and then I will put some more work into it, and this one will be available as a premium template finished track. I will most likely release this track because, like I said, I really like it. So let's get started, guys. And if you get a second, punch like that video a little bit, maybe sometime. So I will play you guys the track. I know it personally. I'm gonna switch to headphones here because I was just listening to it. So I'm gonna play you a good part of the track so you can get an idea. Deep progressive, 120 BPM. Only Logic plugins used. Actually, I will first turn off all of the mastering rack. Super nice riff here with a super long, slow delay that's going in the back. Nice smooth percussions. Nice hits there. So you can hear in the background the delay that is building up to make a cool effect. So that's right, guys. I'm gonna close the notes as we don't need it because this is not what we're about in this episode. It's interesting to have notes, so if you actually purchase any of the episodes, you're gonna see in the notes I always use reference episodes that are in the similar genre, so I can guide you guys to more of the stuff you like. And of course onto my Beatport page, which I have a lot of releases, guys. It's been 20 years I produce music. So okay, so you know, we have a 2-minute track, we have to make a 6-minute track for sure. And I mean, this type of music are really like the start, and we have to make it. So Control Command replicate to replicate what is within the locator. So we have 3. I'm gonna make it 4. So I'm gonna start even more mellow than the original part here. So to really arrange a track, the first thing, like I said earlier, you have to think about your audience. Who is it going to? I mean, if you make, I said that before, guys, in other episodes, but if you make music for DJs, you have to think about them. Don't think about like, oh, this is a cool track, I want the intro to be this way. You have to think, okay, the DJ need at least 16 bars to mix the track properly with the other track. If not, it might not be so smooth. If there's too much melodic element in the first part, again, it's gonna make things complicated for him. So it's all thing to think about. So I'm gonna give myself a bit more volume because I like some volume. And then the shakers are good, I think. There's some toms somewhere here. We can do without. And of course I will cut most of the melodic part, like I said. Here we have a bass that's opening. I think this is a cool intro. I don't think we need to repeat it every bar. I think we can play with other. And then we have, of course, the pad that is building up here. That's gonna create a perfect transition into the next part where we're gonna maybe add a little bit more. We just add the toms here. Actually, in the great tradition of electronic music, if that really exists, sometimes it's cool to cut the kick for the first part, and I'm wondering if I will do so. Let's give it a try. That does work very well. So a really good way to automate that, guys, if you're mixing. In Drum Machine Designer, you go here. Well, it was actually already here. And then you go into Effect. You have your low cut filter here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a touch. I'm going to go for it. And then I will put up the low cut filter. So I will not cut only the kick, but I will cut every drum that is in there. The low pass, I'm gonna bring it maybe at about 100. Maybe 100 is even too low. 150. And then you could also do some tricks like play with it to accentuate, you know. As the pad is rising, the filter is also rising, so we get really much more high frequency, and then we're gonna drop it. Actually here, let's synchronize it. So this is really arranging a track and making the most out of what we got here. Make sure you're not distorting too much here. I'm tempted to give a bit more of this rumble here. And as I said at first, I turn off all the mastering rack because you don't want to be mixing and arranging a track that's got a lot of limiting on it. This is a big mistake that a lot of people still do. Please don't do it. Mix your track as flat as possible. Let the work to be done to the mastering engineer. He knows what he's doing. He's gonna be able to do a much better job if there's not already compression on the track. So I like that. However, it's not the time yet, I think, to bring everything in. So the question is, where's, I think I would bring the bass in here. Is this the bass? I guess it is somehow. The bass, we just need here at 17, just 30 seconds. It's a bit early, but I think it's good for this track to bring the beat. right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And because we bring the beat, I'm gonna play with the I did like this little, I think it's a high pass filter. I'm gonna play with this a bit more too. And then cut it again. As we build another part here. I'm tempted by bringing this bass here already to get people excited. However, not with the chord progression, so only the first part of the bass here is gonna come, people excited, the track is starting, melodic elements are there. I think we should continue with this bass, booming bass here. This here should come right here. So we're still teasing. Let's call them our customers. This is the people on the dance floor. And now that everything is there, I think we're gonna need a bit more. So we're going down a little bit. There's a nice pad rise here to push the track a little bit. I think I will cut the pad completely. And then we're definitely gonna need something else here. I think we still need a bit of a background pad. Very little, very much in the background. Perfect. Let's save this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it would be good to get now into the melodic part. So we are only at a minute. Ooh. I did like this really quick rise of the filter here that just happened. You could hear it here. I would like to answer it. So we have this here. Ooh. Let's put it again. 1, 2, 3. A bit more length to this here. I'm going into detailing, guys, because I go with the flow, as you can see. So then I would like a third element into this little madness that we're creating now. I think we're good. I think less is more.
Let's give it another one here. A bit of the same trick. First, this filter open. What if I leave it open? I go here and I give it all. Very nice because the bass rumble here is falling and then the pad is going up at the same time, and then boom, we're going in the same element. And actually I was looking for something else. I have something else right here, which is some little hits which I might be able to use here. That did work quite well. Uh-oh, not all of this, but just that. And another time here. That was getting quite serious, I would say. So we're not gonna go straight into this break here. We're gonna continue, of course, with the tracks. We're gonna do 4 bars of this. I might have to record more elements or to make it a little bit more dense, because, you know, to me at least, when I'm arranging a song, ideas come. You know, it's rich, I have parts, but there's always something that's come up that I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I could have this. Somehow an open track here, so let's see what this would sound like. Can get anything that I would like to keep here though. Not quite. I give it a try. I think it's not the time for that. Then we will continue. So a nice progression. However, we have to make it a lot more interesting for our listener, for our audience. This is good to hear. I think here I would drop the drums pretty much for a whole 2 bars and let the track work its magic a little bit, hopefully. Or maybe I would introduce the blooming bass here. This is unnecessary for this part because we're cutting, not adding. What I like to do when I arrange a track, as you see, is I do segment. This is a very good tip for you guys. So you do a segment, another segment, another segment, and then after that, when I go and really finish the final mix, I would go and join those segments together. That means like really perfect the transition, like really detail what is happening in between those segments that I'm working on here. I will obviously cut a little bit of the kick, pop, pop, and then I think we have some melodic, I think I will go here into like I wouldn't call it a pure beat section, but I'm gonna do a little bit of changes into the pad, not here but here. So instead of having full length pad, I want just to have some hits here. Open the filter. Just make it very spacey. So again, I will go into the next section, select it here, like this. I'm gonna remove these hits. So as much as I like this blooming bass, there's something bugging me a little bit about it. I think it needs some compression, guys. It doesn't sound like it is it's not contained, it's a bit muddy, you know, so I'm gonna go straight into the instrument here, pick up the kick, sidechain it, ratio 4:1. I like a quick attack and quick release. I don't know about you guys. This is a preference thing when you sidechain. So the stretching is good. You can tell I raised the volume a little bit, but it's not enough. So then after my side chaining, I will add another compressor to really give some character to it. So an upto, quick release, and then I think I will go in Alchemy, do a little bit of sound design somehow. I would like maybe a bit more decay or even release. Just a little bit. Because it was too plucky. Let's open it a little just for fun. Not so good. Better into the mix, drop the volume a bit more. I want it to sit in the back. I mean, this is not like a big banger, bam, ba, bam, ba, bam, ba track. So it's a really deep, progressive, smooth track. So the bass doesn't have to be so much in your face. Let's look at the time, guys. Okay. So I did on purpose bring those up because I want them to be more of the rhythm, but not so loud. And I think we have a little bit too much percussion here, so I'm gonna keep some for later. I mean, this is the cool part where if I would have a singer, that would be good to add some melodies on there. This little part here, not so fond of it here yet. I'm gonna keep it for a little bit later again. The bass there, not super necessary. Can play here to build an effect. What we need here is some intro to what is coming. So this must be some automations, no? So I will do it just with a volume for this time. I could use some filters, some other things, but no, just I think a volume is good. Okay, now we're gonna go into a breakdown part, which I will enlarge, definitely. 1, 2, 3. So we have this melody, which is the primary melody for this song, which we can keep for now at least. So I think start even lower. And probably add some more drums or some effects here. So I'm gonna look what I got. I'm gonna go here into noise. That's a noise. That's a weird noise. Oh, that's a kit there. I didn't expect that a kit. I thought this is gonna be... So this is the old drum machine designer that's still set up there, so it's gonna make things complicated, so we'll skip this part. Go straight into arranging this here. This is good with this. Again, if I would have a singer, definitely great moment to have some vocals in there. This little paddy here is great, but I think it has to somehow close here. And not actually go this far. I'm gonna move on a bit further here. it's yet the time for that. That definitely should go away. So let's leave all the room here for our lead. And then boom, bring some bass, make it richer. I think we have a bit of an issue with the it's still? So there's a cut of decay that is, you can still hear that little bit of crunch there, which I do not enjoy very much. So we will eliminate it, at least a good part of it. Okay, here. So we're continuing here into our breakdown. And I think my lead is somehow a bit too high passed. I think it's the sound that is like that, so I need more volume. I really need to have it prominent, like at the center of the track. Come on. Hello? I think the people in the crowd have waited long enough and there's a need for a little bit of stimulant here, so we're gonna go for it here. Well, here's the lower bass pad did go away. And guys, for this type of music, I would recommend to go a lot more musical, in the sense that not to drop a bunch of risers and effects. At least this is for this genre for me. I'm not there to really push it to impress people, to do wow, for people to freak out because it's blah blah blah. No, it has to be emotional, has to be deep, has to be progressive. So here, instead of pushing it up, we can pull a little bit with the kick, you know, do something like that. And then boom, here, and then here. Of course, we have our bass coming back here. And if we have the bass, then the bass pad shouldn't be so heavy, because they work well together, but not always so well. So I'm gonna cut this here. I'm gonna enlarge the project a little bit here if Logic want me to. Hello? No, it doesn't want me. So I take the top part here. No, it doesn't want me to do this here either. Okay, hello? Sometime technical problem arise. Okay, so we have our breakdown of the main part. We have a good intro with some beats. For me, the outro, I mean, I wouldn't call it the exact reverse of the intro, but I would still really call it something very similar. Monotone, not too much complication, you know, nothing too fancy, because you know you want the DJ to be able to mix. And then as you see, I just took the intro and turned it into an outro. Of course, there's some work to do on the mix, like changing the patterns, you know, that I think should be there, like this one. Good there. definitely there. So we're gonna continue with a bit more strength, of course, than the intro. And then we can do some subtractive production. I like this word. So you subtract, you know, really, literally, as you move along until you bring it down to almost only a kick. And that's it, guys. This is gonna be it for episode 35 of the live electronic music tutorials, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Give it a like if you like the music. Give it a like if you like electronic music, really. And if you like this type of music, I produce it, I make it a lot. Check out my Beatport page, guys. I get Beatport page. I get remixes by Martin Roth. I work with a lot of people like Manuel de la Mare. I produce 6 albums, so check it out, guys. Music is really my passion in life. And of course, the most important thing, may the sounds be with you guys.